Vedant, it's a pleasure. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's an interesting combination. You represent a fund that is based here, that has come out of an endowment from the Premji Foundation. But you invest in startups that are for profit. And you said that the money or the return that you generate goes back to the foundation. And obviously looking for a startup that are building products and services for a greater cause. So I wanted to learn from you, how you got involved into this and what made it exciting and appealing for you to get involved.
Yeah, many reasons as to why I got involved with this. I think one is the mission of the fund. And the one-liner is for-profit investing for good. It's very few times in our lives that we can join an economic institution whose back end is basically does good. And it combines what I love very deeply, which is early stage investing, and it combines it with doing good for the world, because all the returns from the investments that we make go straight back to this foundation that does a lot of work in education and healthcare in India. We're not an impact investing fund, we're not a family office, and the work is still very, very impactful, and so it's something that I wake up every day and I feel more energized to do.
Great, good to learn that. So share with us then, some things don't add up for the average viewer who's going to watch this. That you have a foundation for a greater good, and then you're investing for profit and taking the money out. But when you go and choose for-profit startups, you have to be as diligent as any other fund. So that's where I think the challenge may or may not come, but I'm seeing it as a challenge. And if it is, then how do you overcome that?
Yeah, you can see it as a challenge. I see it as an opportunity. Where we are looking for companies that have the best founders building in for large markets, and which have great business models. And so it is a challenge to find the diamond in the rough, but that's exactly what we're set out to do, and hopefully we'll be successful.
So what stage do you invest in?
We invest anywhere from the Series A onwards, and so we invest from Series A to pre-IPO on the private side, and we also have a public equities division which invests in the public markets in the US. This is our investing arm in the US, and we also have an investing arm in India, which does these two things plus a lot more.
So these are very mature companies, obviously. They have a track record they have already established, and that's where you come in and try to add value by investing with them. But if I take a step back and look at the entrepreneurs, are there other investment vehicles where you actually go and invest with entrepreneurs while they are building and trying to scale the startups?
That's exactly what we do. So we do invest in entrepreneurs when they're building out companies. Some of them would be scaled companies, and that would be a Series C or a Series D. Some of these might be very new companies, and so the entrepreneurs just have a few customers, the early signs of product market fit. The go-to-market is still yet to be codified, and so we invest across the board from when companies are less mature to when they're scaled as well.
Let me ask you to define investing in companies that are doing for the greater good, because a lot of young entrepreneurs who are split between doing the greater good but at a later stage. At the moment, the focus always is how do I make my company value better and increase it. So finding that balance and making them understand that building a long-lasting company is what you have to aim for. So again, they are also caught up in that challenge, which could be an opportunity. So what would you advise them?
I would advise that, like most things in life, I think it is you are building for the long term, and you have to think of your career as well as you think of your company in a multi-decade fashion, and you want to build an enduring company. We're all engineers here, and so a large percentage of zero is zero, and a small percentage of a very large company is still a large outcome. And so building for that long term and having that more patient mindset, I think, is very important.
Again, thank you. I think it is needed, and that is a great foundation, a great name to carry to make a big impact in society at large. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.